The REVY is a very unique building. The REVY residences will be deeply rooted in the waterfront, which is a different kind of interface from other apartments. The waterfront being the interaction between land and water, with sailing boats and masts, movement and the sound of lapping water, all becoming part of the general ambience of living here. REVY was designed in a period when industrial warehouses were often designed by great architects, using the very best materials and construction techniques. This building exudes the confidence of that age, in progress, and the future. The REVY is structurally built to withstand the enormous loads which the provisioning of huge naval vessels required. As a residence, it affords not just well-proportioned rooms and great views, it's luxury with a rich history on Darling Island, and because of its historical function with the Navy, the REVY stands just 5 metres from the harbour front. People who choose to live here will do so because they are looking for something absolutely unique.
Everything that the brand represents is craftsmanship. It's got this power about it. It's because it's so firm. You look at the lines, the straight lines, the guttering systems, everything's so straight, like architecturally perfect. And that's the kind of nice concept that we've worked with with this building and with this brand, that we kind of use the metaphor that this is almost a soldier that stood firm on the parade square for over 100 years. And now is the time for this, for this soldier to be on parade and for everyone to kind of award it. So its time is now. What Sydney doesn't have is these kind of the heritage brands, the kind of really, really strong heritage brand. Now this has it plentiful, buckets of it, barrels of it, the REVY has. From the minute we saw it, it was an incredible building. It has such gravitas. And for us to implement a brand onto a real estate project of this kind of power that this old structure has, the bricks and the mortar, it's a dream. It's a dream to work on a project like this. People have to have an experience. They have to remember, it has to be remarkable. And Aqualand have totally embraced that. And we've created with them, co-created together, this really, really sort of special, and I think unforgettable kind of sales experience.
I was really struck by the dramatic proportion of the building. It's very tall and slim, and it's resulted in these wonderful apartment plans which span from one side of the building right through to the other, where you've got windows on the east and the west with light coming through from morning to afternoon, which is really quite unique in an apartment. Given the building's history, we were very inspired by this idea of measurement of time. And we looked at luxury watches and the craftsmanship around them. And in the same way that they have this layering of different materials and different little pieces of metal that show a reference to time, we looked at the interiors in the same way. So we have all these beautiful metal details that come into all the different parts of the apartment, through the window architraves, metal inlays in the kitchen, custom brass handles, all of these things that show the relationship between new and old and this passing of time. When you design for a living like I do, one of the best moments is when you actually see what has been in your mind and your team's mind come to reality after all of the hard work that it takes to get there. And when you see it, it's beautiful and other people love it, that's just the best feeling, yeah.